Niet altijd.
It's funny that the music is still the same as in F1 2021.
Okay.
They just remix it somehow.
So you'll be like, Suka bliet! Ili nachwin! You know? I know some. It's good pace or great pace. If you have great pace, you go with the great one. If you have good pace, you go with the other one. I go with the good one because I'm absolutely terrible. No. Great is like geweldig and good is good.
Geweldig,
Yes.
that sounds like gewaltig in German. The two languages are pretty close to each other. They are in fact neighbors, Dutch and German. Another neighbor is Luxembourg, which is a bit closer to the French. Still stuck at 15.
Staat er ook bij, die strategie. Dat is toch echt niet normaal? Dat ze zelfs dat uitwerken, joh. Echt insane.
At this moment we are left with only Milan's stream, but maybe
The McLarens are
Rikkert
here,
will
we're
come.
gonna win. Let's give it everything, as always. Yes. Okay, let's ready up. Oh, serieus, ik weet denk ik al welk spel het is. Die heeft echt van die graphics waar je echt u tegen zegt. Of niet? Schakelpokie. Gaat die rally rijden? Dan kun je ook WRC doen. Oh, voorbereid. We hebben het voorbereid. Ik heb de voorbereiding getroffen, jongens. Ik denk intermediate setup, man. Want de regen is 10%.
Interesting. That is almost exactly the same weather as we had in season 1.
De frontwind kun je nog aanpassen, dat is het meer. Oké. Ik ga het gewoon doen. Nee? Weet je, ik pak gewoon mijn Canada setup en dan doe ik hem gewoon een beetje omhoog alles. Ik pak 36-30. 55-52. Right, left, left. 40. Ik ga 40, 7. 5. 2. En dan 33, 39 houd ik gewoon. En dan 155.
100
en dan,
brake pressure,
ja, en ik ga
not sure that's clever.
22.6 en 20.1. Denk ik. Jumbo's retired.
Track's pretty empty right
Jumbo.
now, lots of space.
Oké. Ik hoop dat het wat is.
Track
Ik
is
heb
wet
gewoon mijn
right
setup
now.
in elkaar
Freeway
geflanst om een beetje naar die
before you start
intermediate setup te
pushing the car.
kijken. En we zien wel. Oh. Ja, nou is een direct drive wel heel fijn, hè? Van dat, hè? Oh, jeez. Everybody's retiring. Nou, jongens kunnen geen laatste meer kwalificeren. Er zijn er al 2 uit.
And it's welcome to Canada. And of course, as the Wall of Champions so famously quotes...
Ja, nou, ik vind het op zich nog niet zo heel erg.
Bienvenue au Québec.
Heel... Nou, ik had.
Home of one of Formula One's most famous wet races. 12.5 years ago. Jensen Button winning with 6 pit stops. Well, that's also a very logical stat. Invalidated an outlap. Wow.
Hello? We're on the hot lap, mate. Enough. 14.
Ooh, that's...
raining. Yeah, full wet.
That's the one I always hate. This and next lap invalidated. Oh.
I ruined.
I so much hate all these games for these moments. I mean, yes, they have their validation,
Yeah.
but it's not great.
Maybe intermediate.
And now we have 2 streams available.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the time being, we stay with the Ferrari, although his lap is as red as his car.
What?
It got both messages, the Park Fume one and this one.
Yeah. There's the other one, yeah.
They're not having quite the same volume. Now it's better. Rikkert
Maybe
looks
the
to
wets
be on
are
an
easier to
outlap.
control, by the way, so I think...
Also, Carl, it's better to not put overtake on and just use overtake when you want it.
Let's see if he is luckier in the final chicane.
Good.
Just about.
Good luck.
That also looks like very high brake pressure.
Doesn't work. Quali?
Need to do it manually. And menu.
So far, the best starter to this wet qualifying session has been the one of Lewis, also known as F1 Senna, the name delivering on this occasion.
Where did you set your brake bias?
6.
Who's
Already invalidated.
Rikkert has an alpha on his tail.
Lap after lap now, Just keep it out of the wall and...
That's the Alpha Fru, not happy with his current lap, but I'm sure he has fuel for more.
Yeah.
Let's see what Ferrari guy is doing. P13, he has managed to set a time, but he is not yet happy with his setup. And this lap, no, it's not red. But it doesn't look too pacey.
Not bad. I'm left.
Rikkert is making
I haven't set the time
this.
now. Hot left.
Well, some things have changed. Lewis is not on pole anymore, he's on P6 as it looks at the moment. So there must be some faster times coming in, but I'm not yet seeing them. Rikkert is cutting off around a second, that's nice. Will it be enough to get to the very front? I doubt it, but never say never. Wall of Champions closing in slowly. Careful braking, but it's good if you want to survive. And it does not say Bienvenue au Québec anymore, it says Pirelli. That's still P8. There must be big gaps. And half of qualifying is already over. How quick that goes. Another half second, will that bring an improvement? Ah,
Drop to P10, your fifth row of the grid now. Come on, let's go again.
no. Classic qualifying ace rifler is living up to the
What
tradition.
was your time?
Radio Aston is in full swing.
Luck.
And the lap times are improving. But still. Oh, Lewis has hit the wall in turn 3-4.
Okay, just I'm 2 tenths slower for now. So it's definitely entering time.
Rikkert is continuing to improve. Lewis is there for the taking because Lewis cannot take part anymore. But oh, that's very wide. I think that's a red lap. Well, it would have been.
Is it better? Do you think it's good?
It's very hard. I will not say no, but
Rain will be staying with us for a while now, at least a 20-minute
I haven't
window
tried the
of
wets.
rain. Inters and wets will probably have very similar pace at the moment.
But it's still heavy rain, eh?
yeah. I just touched the wall and have a yellow wing.
Will he try another one? He will.
Luck.
Just steering out of an invalidation here. Hui! Okay, that looks like an abandoned lap. Former streamer is doing what? Ui, lurking at the back.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the entry. Nou weer entry vanuit, joh, dan ben ik echt klaar. Dit is mijn derde poging om überhaupt een rondje te starten. Nou, verschrikkelijk.
Ah, we have a new candidate for pole, Adesi.
Wet. Maar de race is waarschijnlijk Inters.
He still doesn't seem to have a valid lap time. That's about to
Nee,
change.
is wet.
Well, at least he's still driving.
Nou, dan is het nu Inters. Dan ben ik waarschijnlijk de laatste die fatsoenlijk wet rondje rijdt. Yeah. I'm doing my first final lap now, and then I'm going to Inters.
Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Wets are already heating up, mate.
Well, it's always better to have warm tires than cold ones. Particularly in wet conditions.
Ah! I have to drift to make the corner. Ja, ik heb ook controle drift. Maar gelukkig mijn rechterknop hoor, in de tijd.
Well, that at least brings him onto the leaderboard.
Oh my god, P12, mate.
Well, he's almost keeping company with Rikkert, P10 and P12. Meanwhile, Bosco is trying out the Inters.
Yeah, I'm behind you, Lucas. I'm not on a lap, so just go.
I'm not sure if he can hear you, but maybe he can.
Ja, echt een meter of 10 denk ik. Meter of 10, 20. Snelle stukken 20, langzame stukken 10. Ik moet echt snel naar binnen joh, wil ik nog een ronde doen.
And we'll have a look to the Aston.
85 is optimal.
Who just had invalidated his lap. Yes,
Yeah,
that
I mean-
chicane is treacherous.
But I don't get there with only one outlap.
Well, you know, of course, Canada is almost as bad as Australia when it
Yeah.
comes to the population.
Fuck, invalid this and next lap.
Forecast suggests the rain's going to be lightening up over the next 10 to 15 minutes.
When it comes to the population per square kilometer or square mile, which leads me to a little German joke that was made when, well, that has a connection to the last round from Austria. So, Germans asked themselves, why was it the Austrians that originally explored or found Canada? Well, it's simply because when they set foot on the land, they said Canada, which is the Austrian equivalent of no one here. And that's why the Germans make jokes that actually the Austrians found Canada. Canada, no one here. Well, meanwhile, Rikkert will hope that no one will be there in front of him in the rest of his lap. He's making steady progress. Wants to get back to the one-digit
Good focus.
starting positions. Chances are intact.
You know brake last
Even a
Short
purple
run.
sector. That's promising. So apparently
Like
the Inters
120.
may be the right tires. 1.5 seconds off. Yeah, that looks good. And it is P4. Beautiful. Now we can have a look at the others in front. He has currently overtaken Rifler. That is good progress.
Can invalidate this lap?
Lucas, also
I'm good.
classical qualifier, is ahead of him. The Heats, a returnee from season 2. And Adesi has just put in another fastest lap. 49 seconds to go, not sure that's enough for another lap. Ooh, that's touch. No, it's 117, it's not enough. If he doesn't shortcut anywhere. Well, I'm not sure that shortcut is enough, you need to shortcut 5 seconds. And if you shortcut the last second, the last chicane, the lap is invalid, so that might have been it. So then, Rikkert arriving at the end of his efforts. How is the former streamer doing? The lap looks as red as his car, the time is over. No more change there. But his neighbor just changed.
Yeah, well done. I'm absolutely shit. I did 1 lap out of the 4, right?
Well, 1 is better than none.
This is the difference between the direct drive, I think, for the people in front.
Let's
but
look
the
at
people
time
in front,
delta
you know,
between
like,
the 2 streams. This one has 2:11. The other one has 2:06. Yeah, they're pretty similar. And now we have a surprise. A big surprise. We have a Haas in the front row. I'm not sure when we last had that. Might have been Suzuka Season 2, when then Haas driver Lucas put it on pole on the way to the championship. But I'm pretty certain that we have not yet had Artyom Vlasov on the front row, so congratulations for that. He made the most out of his Inters. So, decision time. Is it better to take a look at the start from P7 or from P13? That is a difficult question. I think I'll go with P7, because that's usually already quite enough in the pack to be part of some action in this first corner. I remember vividly hardly ever surviving a start in Canada unscathed. No matter where I started in the front, in the field, in the middle of the field, in the back of the field, and I don't think I ever survived any start in Canada unscathed. Alex Wertz and Jean Alesi and Jarno Trulli can understand why. If you think back to 1998 and the following years, Jarno Trulli was particularly a talented crash kit when it came to the starts in Canada. And now the race rain seems to have been postponed. So apparently he must have gone not for perfect, but for moderate weather predictions. That is interesting, because it opens up the race for other strategies. Might even be an interesting strategy to take the hard for a start and stay out for as long as possible until it starts to rain. Of course, you might say, might also be good to start on the soft, in case the rain decides to come back earlier. So then you maximize the softs, and when the rain comes, you can already pit for rain tires anyway. Always great to have changeable conditions. In real life, of course, 2011 was wet to dry, and 2000 was dry to wet, so let's see. Well, that was a very quick start. Let's see how they survive it. There is touch, but no damage, and he makes it past Noxduka, very nice. Leaves just enough space, and has gone to P6, beautiful. But still, we are just in the phase of getting familiar with the conditions and with the track. I wouldn't be too calm too soon. Well, this looks calm enough for Rikkert. His concentration is clear because he doesn't talk. Radio Aston Martin is currently silent. So then this braking zone is also very hard, and there we see why. Rikkert says thank you, but the Alpine is still alongside, now just behind. Will that remain the same for the last chicane? Not if the Alpine driver has anything to do with it, but he decides for the rational approach, and the first lap is ended with the leader Adesi. Not quite sure who is in P2. Vlasov is starting to drop back a bit. And why, when all the qualifying went well, now in the race I have these moments? Never mind. Let's have a look at our Ferrari driver. Position unchanged.
Lord, you have a warning.
And we see A-Lord already with plus 3 seconds after one lap. Well, Canada is notorious with its track limits, but that must be almost a record to have plus 3 within one lap already.
Ah, shit.
He is currently ahead of the two Williams of Jumbo and Verstappa. Ooh, and that's a smoky hairpin, and Jumbo is passed. Well, at least almost. Nice drag race. And P13 becomes P14, whilst at the front Lucas did the fastest lap. And Jumbo seems on the way to the front.
Lord 20 has no ERS behind you. So just use the DRS if you have it.
And after all, we made it to 17 starters, which is good for the race between Christmas and New Year.
No damage. Yeah, no damage.
Jumbo is very active, and another Williams is closing in on our Ferrari driver, this time Verstappa. Whilst he is closing in on Frankie and Jumbo. Will that go well in a hairpin? Mate, this hairpin is covering fog for him every lap. How can he drive like that? That is tough. Imagine if he used cockpit view. Mamma mia. And we might see an oh! The overtaking has just been prevented.
Slow down, maintain positive delta.
He has no track map.
Okay, slow down. Your
Also,
delta's
pit in the
negative,
heart.
which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Well, no one has left yet. It's still 17 drivers on track, but a Mercedes is standing apart from everyone else.
Wat is die strategie die erop stond? Wow.
And the majority of the field has already passed the safety car.
Dat klopt. Misschien buiten blijven, man.
How odd.
Okay, radar is clear. Weather is
Radar clear, radar clear.
So we go back to Aston Martin.
Maybe
because
we go mediums, then softs.
that one has the track map. Oh yes, haven't had time to look at the tires yet.
I'm going in, but we will lose so much position. Please follow me.
Well, it's a huge variety in the front. Odesi is doing what I anticipated at first.
I was hoping it would have been a couple of laps later, the safety car. But
And I agree with Odesi because, you know,
to be honest, I'm
track
expecting
position is
another
good.
vote, so I'm going in.
I would do that too, Mr. Bosco. And after all, no one has retired. There is one Mercedes very slow.
So Lucas is leading the track now. Rest is P2 and P3.
Lucas has gone into the lead, which means...
Quite a lot, by the way.
But why is Odesi gone? Has he changed his tactics on the tires? Has he had damage?
I don't have a choice anymore. At least I can recharge my battery.
Well, whatever it is, we have now two medium runners leading ahead of the soft tired Rikkert, and the safety car has been caught. Mercedes, Red Bull, Aston Martin,
I just need to hope for a second.
and then the Alpine of the Heats, and the Haas of
Yeah,
Vlasov,
that's why I boxed.
who also went conservatively, which might explain why he dropped back in the early laps.
Yeah, it's so difficult when you are in the first group.
In the front.
Yeah, then you can't see what the rest are doing.
The field is starting to get together, but there is still one Mercedes at the very back. Now we know as Lucas is in front, it must be Sem. I wonder how Sem managed to create a safety
And
car.
I didn't like the hards at all in practice.
Well, practice is one thing, the race is the other thing. Of the front five, no one has yet collected penalties, which usually would be to be expected. This is good for tire and fuel saving. Canada, of course, is one of the few tracks that, particularly in the early 2000s,
And you know this means the rain will be a bit earlier now?
was host to F1 and IndyCar
Safety
races
car
equally.
moving slower.
Yeah, that's true. It was the end of the
Oh, but he's saying that no threat of rain. Wow.
Well, the game can change its mind very quickly when it comes to the weather, we all know that.
Yeah, the guys on new hearts can maybe finish, but we'll have trouble in the end.
Yeah, for sure.
So if there's no chance
Safety
of rain,
car in this lap.
The Zyka Mercedes is still nowhere the field. What is going on with that car or that player? Is he desynced? Is he disconnected?
repair wing to yes please.
It's so unusual for the game to
Thank you.
free up the racing when the field is not together. There must be something wrong with that car. Rikkert should have an advantage at the restart. The restart is being called very, very late, which of course negates any advantage Rikkert might have.
We might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD.
That's so nice of you, Ren's engineer, thanks a lot.
Okay, there's been an incident on track resulting in loose
Well, usually that can mean quite the opposite. But it would be odd to have a safety car just after another. Most of the field seems bunched together, and the Mercedes is now gone. And he has also apparently left the session because there are only 16 cars left. And there might be an attack. There is an attack. No touching, very nice. Rikkert passing Rifler, and the heat's very close. That might be a sandwich. It is a sandwich. Temporarily.
Delta's huge when you are on your tires.
Lucas going away. Leonard also already having collected 3 seconds. Now making past Rifler. Dynamic stuff. Lucas getting out of the doldrums again after a couple of races in the... well, you know what I mean.
I'm not sure what to do. To push, but I will kill my tires, or to lay back a little bit and try to keep top 3 or whatsoever.
Now apparently the internet
What's your
of the
tire
Baby
grade?
Drew has not repaired itself
You can.
because we have no McLarens in this race at all. The championship leader declared his mental unfitness for Canada.
The
Rikkert
problem
is
is
using
that
low wings.
it will start raining in a long time, so
I knew he would go for that, he usually always does, but even this is not enough against the heats anymore. And there's quite a train for second place. Rifler struggled a bit, but is now back. Now what we had there was a Ferrari on the left, but Leonard didn't make it past yet. But that will not stop him from trying again. Rikkert just
what
about...
the fuck, man?
Ay ay ay.
How does he hit me from the back? What the fuck, man? Every day, every race.
Oh, Leonard touched me at the back.
A dynamic lap 9.
Unbelievable, I swear, man.
Oh, these soft tires have very poor traction.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now don't misjudge the braking point for the pits. Very good. No, I have not yet seen anything about Max Duca in this race. He must be somewhere between P7 and P12 at the moment. I'm not sure if he pitted.
Okay, one stop to go, just one stop left in this strategy.
My tires were already fucked up, so that's why I went in. Where are you?
13. From P7.
No damage?
Fighting for P6. No, but I don't get it, man.
This guy gives back later.
Well, I've never seen you, Mr. Bosco, but I can only assume if people keep driving in the back of you, you must have a nice bob.
It's not a purple, just trying to break the possible.
Yellow flag.
Frankie broke his wing. Safety car.
The safety car's out. Keep an eye on
Unlucky,
the
mate.
delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty.
Well, he doesn't need to be unlucky if he... the Delta. Yeah, that is unlucky.
Slow your pace immediately.
Fuck! I'm lost.
Frankie is out.
We lost.
Now everyone is spitting, so
Got a couple.
Reduces it to 15 drivers. Let's see how many Rikkert can pass. Oh, the Delta is being very unfriendly.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Well,
No,
just
not
about
enough
behind
damage. No. Fuck.
Turbo. But the tires have about the same age.
You on the socks again?
Yeah.
Why are we pushing now?
Bosco trying softs. Adesi going on mediums.
Damn it.
Castle just behind Rikkert, so you have the two stream providers behind one another.
Lennart is
We
lucky,
think
I
we
think.
might see some rain. ETA
Oh.
about 15
Rain in
minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes to the rain, that translated into 1.5 laps of safety car, and then lap times of 1 minute 13 might mean about 10 laps, so whoever is on fresh softs now might just have done a clever thing if they get around the rest. Now, of course, I don't know how it is with the leaders, but I see Lucas pitting.
Brake visor to the front. Keep the temperature in the front.
That is
Yeah.
surprising.
Lucas is in the pit.
He's losing a lot.
Late move.
Maybe he was already past the finish line.
Yeah,
That is
And passing
possible.
cars, probably.
now he's stopped.
So let's see how one streamer looks from the view of the other. And we also see that the Ferrari stream is a bit further ahead than the Aston Martin stream.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
10 to 15 minutes from now. Ik denk dat het laatste 1/3 van de race gaat regenen. Ja.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to
Ja, hele veld
temperature.
zit op
Remember,
elkaar,
there's no
man.
overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
It's getting grey, yeah.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Dries definitely seem
Lucas,
like the
we should
fastest
nerf
tyre
for
at the
the
moment.
safety car for you. We should nerf the safety car for you.
That looks like a nervous field.
Dat is mij normaal. Hij is nu iets hoger gezet, maar de vorige keer geen safety cars waren. Terwijl er fucking veel crashes waren. We gaan, Lucas. Mocht je dat nog niet doorhebben.
That was a very nice last chicane.
We're currently trailing our teammate by 5.5 seconds.
Now he might be under
I can
attack
find it.
from Bosco very soon, and that was a very harsh warning.
Ik volg gewoon Rick's lijn, joh, dit helpt wel.
Bosco is coming ever closer.
If you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's
Ik,
get it
hè?
done.
Juist.
Oh, much smart. But this is... He has to change his game
Carl,
settings. This
Dat
is
mag niet. Carl die died mij, maar... Volgens mij.
Well, Bosco has been
That's
passed by
Ja,
Lewis,
dat kijk je dan, hè.
who is now passing the Ferrari with ease. And Lucas is at the very end.
Just over 10
Ooh,
minutes time.
Wat de fuck
close.
wordt die Louis voor lijn dan?
Indeed.
Ja.
And now here comes
Dat was
Lucas
clean, Lucas. Goed zo.
and
Zag je
Bosco.
komen.
Ooh, outside.
Ja, maar ik zag je
Difficult.
komen, dus ik liever van mijn gas af. Ik hou Carl nu voor je, hoor. Ja, ik hou hem niet.
There
weg
is
voor jou,
almost a
maar
collision there
helpt je
between the
wel
Haas
die achter me
and the Rikkert. Let's have a look. We have the sound of the Ferrari, but the image of the Aston Martin.
Ah, shit.
Well, he tries to overtake and... Ah, that's a
Ik zit van de
retoss.
baan af
Nice
gegaan.
duel.
Over.
You're okay?
Yeah. I almost took out someone, but I'm okay. I get him back to position.
Well, Rikkert definitely wants to get past that Haas. And Lewis is very fast out of that hairpin. How is that possible? The tires are one lap younger than
For
Rikkert.
sure.
Ooh, now he's boxed in.
Man, wallah, no way.
Did he make the corner?
No damage.
No damage, but what's happening with the people, man?
Funny question.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Come on, guys.
Another attack into this corner, maybe?
Driving the hearts.
I remember my first league race in Canada ended after the next chicane.
Taking, you have DRS, mate.
Well, I wouldn't overtake if I had DRS in that place because the other ones said they'll come back.
Oh my god, they are driving so far off the pace.
Yeah, track position is important. Is that gonna be enough to pass A Lord? It is. Not. At least not yet. Maybe now. Although this is always very short. But in the game it's long enough.
Brilliant. Nice move. Keep going.
And another go at the Haas, who is currently just out of DRS window. Ooh! And is that a little bit too much? No. Or too little, let me think. Is that too little or too much differential? It might have been too much.
What's happening to Lucas?
I don't know what. Where is he?
He's last.
Oh,
I just passed him, he's hitting the wall, he's driving slow, understeering. I think he has a broken wing.
That could very well be the case.
Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFD if you want to go and check it out.
Brand new race strategy just before the rain, I wouldn't trust it. And Max Duca and Rikkert are gonna find themselves on the same piece of track once again. A couple of minutes.
that's very low wing.
Okay, copy that.
Between them is Turbo Man. That was a nice last chicane too, just no warnings. But you see, Canada is just a race where you have to be focused on the driving almost all the time. Just now I for the first time managed to have a look at Rickert's battery. Didn't even check the tires at the start. It's always full on action race. And we're gonna have more. Turbo and Rikkert are catching up to Max Duca.
Has significant damage to its front wing, Lucas.
Why isn't he petty, man?
He's waiting for the
For rain.
interns, yeah.
Good clean braking. Ooh. Now who gets the slipstream from Max? Looks like Turbo does, but Rikkert is faster anyway. Close racing but good. What is Turbo doing in the last chicane? He misses it.
He should have given up position there.
And he has +3. Is that just coming from that or was that there before? I didn't notice. Anyway. Vlasov is still on his hard tires that he started with. It's a good strategy, I like it. It gives him track position and he's currently not under pressure from Max Duca. And now, finally, Max, Duca and Rikkert are in the same position again. Both do not have much earth left.
I'm
But
catching
Rikkert,
up, but the damage has been already done.
Rikkert has the DRS on max and apparently a bit more straight line speed anyway. Will he do it before the hairpin already? No. I see a blocking rear wheel with max. That would indicate 50% brake balance. Now let's see how they are on wings. And what's gonna happen with Lewis? Is Max gonna be in a sandwich there? He is his own teammate? Oh, indeed, he gets passed by both. And Turbo has gone into the pits.
The gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds.
Where?
The half of the race has already gone. We have an Alpine leading. That must be the heats. We have a Red Bull in second. That must be Reifler. We have Ferrari in third.
Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close
And
eye
why
on the
now?
field. Make sure to keep it positive.
Ah, well, this is of course a very interesting
Yeah,
one
you noticed
because
this race?
you could already go for
any incident safety car.
Strategy options if you go and check your MOT.
It's so funny.
Now if I was Lucas, I would go for the inters already. If there is any drop.
The incidents were different, but because this is like a street circuit,
Slow your pace
so
immediately.
if there is an incident, the severeness of the course.
But is there any drops already? No.
Like in Austria, where you have a lot of grass and
So
gravel and
if you go in for intermediates now, you're almost as lost as Kimi 2009 in Malaysia before his ice cream. I would stay out too. But Leonard has already done it. Yes, I understand his gamble.
Since I'm already at the back, get some softs before the enters.
I think that might be a touch too late if the weather predictions were accurate.
to the front crazy. to keep my tires warm, and I pushed for corner 1 to stay ahead of some drivers. I'm not P5, but I locked up badly. It's crazy.
Now, what else
Lucas
is there?
out of the race.
Oh.
He's already in the pits. He has a drive-through penalty.
Okay.
Now then, there is another blue dot at front, which means it must be the Williams
No,
of
but
Jumbo.
I mean he's out of the race because
Never say that, he's at the back, and you can have a rain setup, and the rain is coming up, so you never know.
but still he has a drive-through.
Yeah, okay. Drive-through is pretty bad, yeah.
Yes, that looks like a Williams.
I'm P5 now. And Artem in front
Nice.
of me has 2 seconds.
What will the weather do? Can you show me the weather?
P5. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums.
Vlasov has done everything right. He's got himself track position
If
P4
I get a
and,
3 second, I will submit a report.
and when they all have to pit, he will be
I was
in a
forced
good
off the
position.
track by Frankie early on for one warning, so
Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard
if I just get one more warning,
20
I will
laps
appeal
old.
for it.
Time last lap was a 1 minute.
Good to know.
37.5. You're going to be by 2 seconds a lap. Amazing. 3 seconds will be added to their time at the end of the race.
Now Vlasov unfortunately has +3.
Turbo and Lucas are in on intense. That's the dumbest move you
Weather
can do.
report.
We don't think it's going to stay dry for
You
much
will hurt your
longer.
tires
It
on
can come at any moment, so watch
the
out.
track
Dry
is
definitely seem like the fastest
It's
tyre
going
at the
to rain
moment.
soon.
Yeah, but they will be already on 20% intense.
Yeah, for sure. If it's only they are lucky when it starts with the red now, but
I do not see any single
Even though it
raindrop
needs
on
couple of
this
laps to-
monitor.
I don't know. Usually, I've tried it once, and it was the biggest mistake.
yeah, but we need to go now with the safety car. Come on. This guy in this lap, come on. Otherwise they might be lucky.
Well, apparently the two at the back of the field are making a rain dance now.
So you're on the softs again?
Yeah. Good, we were in wet quali. I have 3 softs.
Now this is a long safety car. It looks as if this is the first 3-lap safety car that we have. The last two are catching up now. Who are these?
Yeah, in
These
front
are...
of me Max, in front of him Adesi. On softs.
Yeah, it's starting to rain. I saw the first drops.
Yeah.
Aha!
Oh my god.
Cars are coming in for inters. It's touch
Cars
and go,
are coming
but
in
could be
for
worth a
inters.
risk. We'll be ready for
Yes,
what you
it could. That was a reasonable call from Mr. Race Engineer. Sometimes it's very
Yeah,
creative.
it was already there. In.
That was...
I think
well,
it's too early.
still a touch early, but we know that the weather can change very fast in these games. So whoever...
Feel it basically.
Now what is best? Stay out or go for the inter straight away? At the moment I would stay out.
Telemetry on to see what the track temperature does.
But of course it's Canada.
But you can push your tires.
It's tricky.
Push you up. You have the soft, so you can definitely push.
Ah, there are the watermarks.
A couple laps.
But I would say give it another 3 laps.
Weather report.
Okay, the forecast suggests this rain's going to keep getting stronger for at least the next 15 minutes. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now.
I would stay out, but it's marginal. In Vlasov's situation, I might consider going in.
I'm going in as well.
Because if you counteract the rest, you have free pit lane, no traffic, and you can easily
And go
get
for
familiar
one more
with the
lap,
inters.
At
In
least.
case of Rikkert, the tires are medium. Ah, and he does. Good. Good boy. Now just drive safe to the end. And it is indeed the heats in front, now followed by Rifler and Rikkert. Let's see what the grip level is. We have medium, hard, medium at the front. Rifler on his hard should have the hardest time. Funny word game. And yes, the slides are coming in. Adesi is on softs and has a penalty. Oh, and our VSC.
I don't think the track is ready for intermediates yet.
Now this VSC is probably not gonna last until the end of the lap, so shouldn't have any influence. Is it gonna continue into a real one? If it does, straight in.
The tyre situation's an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got for now. Okay, slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
Why doesn't he? Hey man, only 5 seconds to go. Come, don't get a drive-through. Oh.
Oh fuck. I have a drive-through as well.
No.
Oh my god.
Okay, you've got a drive-through penalty. You've been given a drive-through penalty.
Fuck.
And the others are in.
Okay, listen, don't worry about it, mate. It can happen to the best of us. Now look, I've put a new strategy option for you in the MFD, so go have a look.
For the front wing adjustment maybe, but fuck. Oh, it's definitely.
Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
Well, we still have over 10 laps, and 10 laps in Canada are a long time. And the VSC is over, and there is Vlasov, who apparently overdid it in the pit lane because he has +8 instead of +3 now. Ah, shame. And ooh, Jumbo is almost getting into the back of Rikkert.
Max even has a drive to penalty.
Max Duca as well, okay. That's an intense race, that's for sure, and it's only gonna get more intense.
I'm really sleeping. I thought it was safety car still, but I was waiting for the green. But the engineer didn't mention it as well.
which means the other streamer will be in front of this one, so I might switch to Ferrari again. Speaking of Ferrari, one is leading. Might be Leonard. Is he still on the dry tires, or was he amongst the early ones to switch?
I don't know.
Rikkert is not yet serving his DT.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.6 seconds.
The Heats has dropped back and also gotten a penalty. Rifle is currently not yet in position to profit, but I somehow have a feeling this was not the last safety car
I'm still on the softs.
And the Mercedes is still at the back, so apparently Lucas' strategy has not worked. Which is weird, because he shouldn't be so far back. Maybe he's had an incident. Now we see a direct comparison of two teammates on different tires. Bosco just ahead of Rikkert. And
yeah, I'm going in, but I thought maybe a safety car.
Every second 10 goes by.
I took a gamble for one more lap.
Okay, this is your final chance to serve the penalty.
So both Aston Martins will be in the pits. Oh my goodness me.
No!
Sorry.
Well, that's not quite what you mean by team tactics.
This wasn't moving.
Oh!
Shit.
Yeah.
And Lewis has gone into the Wall of Champions, it appears. Yes, bienvenue au Québec.
Because you already went in, no?
Again.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a
So then,
for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Rikkert is out in...
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's
just behind Verstappa, that's P9. But there are a lot of penalties ahead of him.
No, the penalty's gone.
Bosco is behind him on now fresh
The penalty was built
interest.
It would have been shit, but no, it's alright.
I have not counted the safety cars, but we might be getting close to a record here. Now, don't get on the wrong side of the delta again, please.
Everyone has penalties, I think, in front.
Really?
Almost.
I had 3 seconds, so I don't know.
Oh, that would be good. I have no penalty.
Now this safety car looks like a long one, because it is the field is very spread,
Like I said, never.
which looks like a 6-lap dash to the end.
Well, I should be the one now benefiting.
And the delta is playing games again.
Let's see.
Let's make sure not to touch each other.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Because we now have plenty of shit.
So, we have the leader catching up to the safety car, that is a Ferrari, must be Villeneuve. Then we have 3 different tones of blue. We have Alpine, that must be the Heats, Red Bull, Rifler, Williams, probably Jumbo, another Red Bull, that might be Frankie there.
Then we have
And the points!
yeah, and A-Lord is having 3 seconds, and he didn't have pace in the beginning of the race. And I don't believe he has a ring for that or whatsoever.
Then we have indeed A-Lord, Verstappa and Rikkert.
That he defends, huh?
So,
Yeah, I know.
looking towards dramatic finish.
So keep your concentration when you're
So it reminds a little bit indeed of the race of 2000, but the tension is a lot higher. In 2000 you knew when Michael Schumacher is gonna get into the lead and it's gonna rain, the race is over. Here we don't know. We do have a Ferrari in the lead, and it is raining, and it is Canada, but many things
so
might still happen.
This drive-through would have been in top 3 now for sure.
They did pit, I think. So I think Q1 or Q2 it would have been.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have not yet mentioned The one racing family that Canada is famous for, the new town, Villeneuve. There is in fact a city in Switzerland that is called Villeneuve. Well, it's not a city, it's a village, but so yeah, popular name. Haven't heard much of Shaq since I think he got married around the Las Vegas Grand Prix. He always likes to do a few headlines now and there, but I remember I didn't trust him to pull off Jerez 1997, so at the start of the race in Jerez 1997 I was home, and then after the first stint I
not sure if he has
went karting with colleagues because I thought, okay, that's a given. And then when I arrived at the karting, I looked at the monitor and Villeneuve was driving and Schumacher wasn't driving anymore. I was shocked.
It's tricky, this track, really.
How are your temps?
82 on the front, 84 at the back.
Now, of course, Gilles Villeneuve won
it's a fuel-consuming track,
the inaugural race in Canada in 1978. He finished second in 1979. I'm not quite sure about the rest. One of the least known facts about Gilles Villeneuve was that he, in fact, did not drive only for Ferrari, but his first ever F1 race was for McLaren.
2.9. 0.8.
Now, in the rain you might ask yourself, is it an advantage or a disadvantage to have a full battery? Well, when it comes to acceleration, the battery might actually be too full. So, it might be a good idea to use some of the battery in the first lap in order not to run the risk of having the back going away in the acceleration zones. Let's see how Rikkert deals with that. And the laps are counting down. We have 7 to go, which means at the end of this lap, safety car should be in. Field is almost together. Aston Martin radio is in full swing. P8 and P9 currently not yet looking too great, but I have a feeling it will not be the same in 7 laps. I was in Canada once, 25 years ago, in the region of Lake Louise for some skiing. I remember very well eating something that was called beaver tails. Very yummy. And I have a good friend from Canada. I was at his wedding. He served Canadian maple syrup there. I still have a bottle of it in the shape of the usual Canadian leaf. Beautiful. Very nice. Of course, Canada famously known for its friendliness, but I have a doubt the racing will not be entirely Canadianly friendly in the last 6 laps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there we go. First already starting to lose the rear. It's gonna be dynamic. Yeah. Carnage, and there we go. Well, where I expected Bosco to be, there is now Lucas. Interesting. How far in front is he gonna make it? He doesn't have any penalties. He's had all his frustrations already, and we have Rikkert attacked by Vlasov.
Dark orange.
Fuck.
And he has front wing problems, which affects his braking, as we could see. Max Duca has made it past Bosco without collision. Oi! That was not very nice between Lucas and the Williams of Verstappa. If that's not a report, I don't know what is. That almost was like Jacques Villeneuve into Ralf Schumacher in 2000 in the rain.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have more twitching, and we have a lot of penalties, from 6 seconds to Jumbo, 3 seconds to A-Lord, both in range of Rikkert, despite a broken front wing. And he's gaining. So maybe their front wings are also not intact anymore. We have an Alpine leading. That might be a first in a long time. Alpine has had good success with Max Ducro in Season 1, but I cannot recall them winning a race in Season 2. Oi! And Leonard. Oi, that is the chance for the first Ferrari win in Season 3 gone. In fact, the first Ferrari win since Hungary in Season 1, done by the speaking person.
PL12 now.
Ah, that was a shame. Ferrari had it almost. And when you talk of Ferrari in Canada, of course, you cannot go past the memory of the 11th of June 1995, Jean Alesi, winning on his 31st birthday despite being a minute behind Schumacher, but Schumacher's electronics gearing up with Alesi. Jumbo has more penalties still. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a crash on the finish line. 4 laps to... no, yes. 4 laps to go. And... what was that? Lucas and Vlasov must have been very close. And Leonard is in the pits, and it looks as if the other Ferrari is in the pits as well, and one of them looks to have disappeared. Now that is very odd.
Man, they're not letting me pass, unbelievable.
Well, why should they? It's in a race. A-Lord running very wide, but not damaging the wing. He seems to have a Daniel Ricciardo helmet. So, will we have a pass on ERS? It looks like it.
Good job, nice overtake.
Yeah, now 4 laps to go, and he shouldn't lose more than a second a lap on Jumbo. Then he has P4, which looks doable because Jumbo looks at the back of a pack. One of the Ferraris has gone out again. I don't see the other one.
Confirmed.
What? Vehicle condition.
Your front wing's damaged. Expects a lot of understeer unless we replace it. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking
Only
good.
the front wing. Okay, that's okay. Luckily it's raining, otherwise
He has nothing to fear from behind. The ones behind him have penalties, Rikkert does not.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
where are you?
If he can hold track position, he has got P5 in the back, but now Jumbo is disappearing reasonably fast. If Jumbo doesn't pick up another +3, that's the end of the challenge. Now, what about Alfa Romeo? There is no dark red visible.
What is he fighting for? I don't understand. He has 6 fucking seconds.
With 13 drivers left, points should be reasonably easy to take. But of course that cannot be the target for Rikkert. Oh, and there are the last 3 seconds for Jumbo, so he's back in the game. Only 2 laps to go, and 5 seconds almost needed. Oh, there is another front wing.
A lot of damage here.
We have 3 cars in front. We have still the Alpine leading the 2 Red Bulls on track. So, what happened to the heats? Oh, and what?
Bro, Turbo, man, please.
How did Jumbo just gain 13 additional seconds? He must have had the shortcut of a lifetime. Well, probably it's 5 times 3 seconds
I
and
want
10
to just
seconds.
hit him from the back, I swear.
What has gone on there?
Bro, report what?
And he's going to the pit, so probably that's the end of his race. We have another yellow. Maybe Jumbo crashed in the pit lane. So we have Adesi and Reifler. Reifler just passing Adesi, but he doesn't need to because Adesi has +3 and it's the last lap. Might that be team tactics? How is it looking with the Alpine in front? Does he have enough advantage to bring it home?
And the gap behind us is 1.6 seconds. They're on old
Well, we have first points of the season for A-Lord inside. It's not a given yet, because we don't know how the penalties are behind. Rikkert is looking to a solid P4. Keep it on the black stuff. Or don't accelerate too much off it in order not to collect any warnings. Good.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
One has retired. That must have been Jumbo. Shame, he was looking so good. And now, the leader is over the line, and he's done it. The first win for Alpine since Season 1, Max Duca. Goes to the Heats, however you want to say it.
Oh my god, we are finished.
Reifler also picked up 3 on the last lap, but finishes ahead of Adesi, Rikkert. And now, how's the rest gonna look? Max Duca is getting up the order because probably he did not have penalties.
Guys will not be racing next race.
Hmm.
Standing for his life for P10.
Bosco has made it to P10.
Bro,
Lucas has switched back to P11 again. What happened to him?
But not that aggressive, not leaving space. It's not racing.
And, oh, well, our Ferrari driver has not made it to the finish line.
I stopped streaming for now. Thanks for watching.
Didn't quite catch that.
I hope to have a more clean race next week because this wasn't good at all with the damage and
well, entertaining stuff, definitely.
Where did you end up?
P4.
Now, why is the picture not moving? It would be good if it moved. There we go, that's what I wanted. So then. Merci beaucoup pour visiter le Québec. La ARL. Thanks for visiting Quebec, dear ARL Racing League. It was a pleasure to have you here. I can't wait for the next one. Have a nice evening and Happy New Year in advance. Au revoir, goodbye, adios, arrivederci. Oh wow, one had 6 pit stops. Or 5 actually. Wow, that's a lot. Interesting stuff. Let's have a race in Canada every week. That would be quite a spectacle. Bonsoir, good night.